Hey guys, it's me, Ben Hall, back with some more impressions of betas. It does seem to be the thing at the moment. There seem to be a hell of a lot of betas for big games coming out on all platforms, and this one is for the new Hitman game on PS4. Let me first of all be straight up and admit, I've never been the world's biggest Hitman fan. I find stealth games that force you to be stealthy and fail if you don't succeed in being stealthy incredibly frustrating. I'll admit that straight away. But I can also admit that I played a lot of Hitman games, and this game is supposedly taking us back to the roots of what Hitman should always have been, and maybe got away from a little bit in the last couple of iterations. The big thing that's drawn me to this game is the news that IO Interactive are releasing it in a sort of episodic manner. Basically, in March, we get 6 campaign missions, 3 sandbox locations, 40 signature kills, contracts mode with 800 targets, and weekly live hits and events. And all of that's coming out at a non-premium price, so $35, so 20-something pounds, and that's going to be available in March. There's then an upgrade pack for another $30, which would take it up to the sort of $55 mark. So take it up to the sort of $65 mark. That's my amazing maths there. And that's bringing more campaign missions, more sandbox locations, including Thailand, the USA, and Japan, new signature kills, new contract mode targets, and weekly live hits and events. Now, all of that sort of in addition, and is being brought out over the following sort of 3 or 4 months after the game's release. Now, you can buy them separately and take it up to $65, or it would be probably like £55 for us in the UK, or you can buy the whole thing in advance for $60, or what would it be, about £50 in the UK, and that will give you everything, and straight away, like it would be a full price game. And that means, you know, that's fair enough. You can buy the whole thing in advance, have a little bit be drip fed over to you over time, in the hopes that what you get initially in March will give you enough to do and enough enjoyment. And from what I've played in the beta, there is gonna be a lot of content in this game. Now, you have these story missions with specific targets, and then you can go back into that mission and basically do it however you want. There are going to be challenges that focus on the different ways of doing things, everything from how you take out the main target to, well, just about anything else actually, which you know might be challenging, and stretch your Hitmaniness. You know, you've got the typical options in a Hitman game of shooting people, going loud and having to fight everybody, or being much more stealthy, wearing a disguise, going in for with the old fiber wire, and being a true assassin. As you can see from the video, I think the game looks great. It's taking these kind of big open areas and really fleshing them out, filling them full of people, and letting you really deal with it in the way you want to. I think it's an interesting take on Hitman and assassinations, and takes you much more back to that sort of stealth-focused, actually getting in there, acting and performing like an assassin, and that's really interesting. It seems to, at least in this, the mission in the beta is a sort of a prequel thing from 20 years previous, showing you kind of going down the road of becoming an assassin. There's some story stuff in there at the very beginning, but I've left that out of the video to avoid spoilers for people that don't want to be spoiled by it. And you can just see me sort of like tailing at my main target, dressed up as what looks like a mechanic, and you know, it's fun if you enjoy that. Now, for me, I'm never going to be the world's biggest stealth guy. I am just too impatient, and I want to go out with my guns blazing, and hopefully there'll be some of that in there when the full game's released. Maybe there's going to be the options for me to just to go loud and see how much damage I can do with my guns and my silver bowlers and stuff like that, and all kinds of stuff. And you can see I'm about to change my disguise. But that basically brings me to the ending of this brief look at the beta of Hitman. I definitely think it's the right kind of Hitman game, and I can't wait to see how this sort of post-release launch plan, this sort of budget release with extra additional fully fledged content, is going to work for IO Interactive. I hope it works out. I think it's a cool idea, and we'll see more very soon when the full game comes out in March.